Welcome. You are now watching BossLady News, highlighting businesses, nonprofits, events, talent. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Miss Britt Johnson.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to BossLady News. I've got a great show for you today. If you're on Facebook Live also, don't forget at some point today you might get a chance to win a free lunch with me. Today we're going to get a chance to talk with Cuban Mike as usual. I know he's got some amazing topics for us. Before we get to him, I want you guys to know we're going to speak with Miss Malia Lazou. She's amazing throughout the community, and before she gets a chance to come out, I want to first congratulate her for her interview on CBS News. I mean, that's amazing, and I saw that, and I'm like, wait a minute, let's not forget you're coming on to my little show too. So she is here with us today, and I'm very excited for that. Natalia Medina from the South End Clinic. She actually works with the young people for health and wellness, and they have this awesome cooking class that they do for young people. So I made Oren come and be a part of that cooking class. Also, I know you guys know Pretty Poison. I mean, she's throughout the community everywhere doing everything, and not just that. She's an actress, and she works with young people and older people for their music career. She's a manager, too. Thank you for staying tuned to BossLady News. I hope you guys are really enjoying the show. Feel free to email me, bossLadyNews@gmail.com. We've got another amazing person here from the New England area. And don't forget, Cuban Mike is going to be coming back out also. So let's now put our hands together for Natalia. Miss Medina, how are you?
How are you?
Good. I'm a hugger. People who are new to the show, they're like, what? Oh, yeah. Okay. I got a chance to meet you. Well, I met Emily first. Emily, director.
Yeah.
She had a chance to come on to the show. She is now back learning. She's back into her educational phase, and she's learning more. And we got a chance to meet in her office. You guys worked in the same office. So you work at the South End Community Center as well. What got you wanting to work there?
So I've been on a road to find my passion. So I started off feeling out education. So I was actually working as a tutor at the Match Middle School last year. And so from there, with the kids I was working with, I found that it was difficult to get kids to get involved in their education when they were worrying about things like food, shelter, just mental health in general.
Right.
And so I wanted to get to that point to help them beyond that. So
I just wanted to briefly say that is a real factor even for young people. What's the youngest person that might have had a concern with food and mental health and shelter that you might know?
Yeah, I mean, at the middle school, I had, 6th graders who were eating chips for breakfast, or who were cranky during their tutoring time because they hadn't had anything to eat since the night before, or just even things like, a friend of theirs got shot last night, and they're in a crisis.
Right.
And so I felt like it was really hard to say, well, okay, forget about that and let's work on this essay.
Right.
So I really wanted to find somewhere where I can help in that aspect. And so I found the South End Community Health Center.
Wow, that's amazing. And thank you, because that is very important.
Yeah, and so a little bit of what I do, maybe Emily talked about it before, but we do provide after-school programs for kids that is focused around health and wellness and nutrition, exercise, and I also do some case management, so I deal with kids who might be having some trouble, just being healthy in general, and just the family needs some education in terms of, what's good to buy and, what's healthy for the whole family.
Right, right. And I feel like so I'm big on financial literacy, which I'm changing to financial habits. I'm big on that because the reason I wanted to start having you all come here on a regular basis is because people can really save money and eat well. if they know how to do it. And many times it's just like a matter of, yeah, I can go and buy fruit, but it's not chopped up and fixed the way I'd enjoy it. So I think that's what's really cool with you and with the program that you're working with, is it kind of teaches young people and adults how to make some fun snacks.
Yeah, for sure, because I think a lot of people are like, well, it's, you know, it's not fun to eat healthy, and that's certainly not true.
Right.
So, yeah.
Now, when it comes to eating healthy, what are some of the most important things that you might say to young people?
As I'm going to show later on today, a big thing is eating the rainbow. So you always want to have like different colors on your plate, green, blue, red, of whatever it may be, vegetables, fruits. And it's also a fun way to look at your plate, so you're not like, oh, I'm looking at like just a brown, dull kind of color looking plate.
Right.
And so, you know, another thing is like water. Water is super, super important. And I know that people kind of know that soda isn't a good thing, but juice is just as bad for a kid.
Because the sugars.
Yes.
Yeah. And we wonder why our kids are so ridiculously hyper. It's because of all the sugar in the juices. My kids think I'm crazy. Jayla's on the audio right now, and Rennie's going to be helping us. Because I make this thing called sugar water. I'm sorry. I make this thing called water juice. Or juice water, that's what I meant to say, where I take half juice and then the other half is actually water. They think I'm crazy and they hate when I mess with the juice, but I do it.
No, I mean, and then that's a great recommendation. It's a good way to like start to like wean yourself off. Another good way is like seltzer water, putting fruit in seltzer water, flavored seltzer water. I sometimes recommend Crystal Light for kids that just like can't get over it, and it's better than like Kool-Aid or like Tang or anything like
Okay. And we're going to cut to a brief break before we actually start working on these snacks. But for families, including myself, right, I thought 100% juice meant 100% good, and that's not always the case.
No. And so even when you do it at home, you're getting the most out of your fruit and the fiber when you're eating the fruit by itself. So it's just really good for your body to have that in you without it being like processed through a blender.
Right, and processing can really take away. So you guys don't go anywhere. We're going to learn how to make a fruit salsa with some pita chips in just a minute, okay? You guys are watching BossLady News.
Hi, I'm Bill Walczak, CEO, South End Community Health Center. I've always seen health centers as places that can do a lot more than the medical model.
The South End Community Health Center really reflects the community that surrounds it. One of our most exciting programs that we have as part of the Pediatric Wellness Program is the Junior Chefs Program. This is by far one of the most well-attended programs that the kids absolutely love.
One of the things you want young kids to do is establish early on good, healthy eating habits.
My name's Eddie and I'm 11 years old.
Hi, my name's Angelique and I just turned 8 years old.
My favorite snacks are strawberries and carrots.
My favorite snacks are granola bars.
So Junior Chefs is about getting kids excited to cook healthy meals.
I love Junior Chefs. It's the best class ever.
I get really excited when I come to Junior Chefs. You can make different friends, have fun, and eat some healthy food.
The kids come together and as a group they will make a dinner and then they'll eat it. And we're teaching them how to use healthy ingredients and different foods than they're used to using.
It teaches kids how to cook healthy stuff instead of fattening.
They're always making new and fun snacks.
And so if we're able to get to younger kids at an earlier age and teach them about what's good, healthy nutrition and get them to like it.
We know that they are bound to continue these habits as adults.
The people at Junior Chefs are really friendly.
And they're really nice to you.
We really view ourselves as a family.
That Junior Chefs is the best place for your kids to go, and it has a nice teacher, everybody, and it has nice volunteers.
Many kids can't wait to tell me about what they did this week in volleyball or Junior Chefs or in the new Pediatric Stars program.
Ever since I've been going to Junior Chefs, I think I've been a nice person to people and making new friends over there.
Thank you for staying tuned. tuned to Boss Lady News. Now we're going to, this is Rennie. I made her come. You guys have met her before. She's got dance at 4-Star Dance Studio, but it's always good to get a snack into your kids before they take on their activity. And right now, Natalia is going to show Oren, actually, how to make a fruit salsa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said before, rainbows are super important in what we eat, especially snacks when we're going to be super active. We want to get that like energy, natural sugar energy in us. So we can start off by like taking the stem off the strawberry. And usually for the fruit salsa, you can cut it as big or as little as you want to. It's really like a fun way to get like the kids to make like fun shapes or anything like that. Yeah, so then we can start however little you want to make it. Good. We want to make sure we always have the bare cloth so we're not cutting any fingers off or anything like that.
See how she's doing it? How she's cutting
so
it?
You go like this. Exactly.
Don't worry, everyone. She's working with a butter knife, and you guys can get like perforated butter knives so that the young people can actually start digging into helping you to make some nice, healthy snacks. Now, we're going to have, like I said, someone from the South End Clinic, especially Natalia, come on every once in a while so that we can show our young people how to make some of these snacks. And what's really good about this is they get to do it, and they become very prideful in the food that they're making when we give them a chance to do it. I know you guys have seen Junior Chef. No plug for them, but you know, Gordon Ramsay, you can come on to Boss Lady News also. They have junior chefs, so you have children as young as like 7 or 8 years old really making gourmet dishes. And you know, why are we afraid to let our kids into the kitchen? Yeah,
I mean, we've made things like gnocchi before. Like we've tried to be very adventurous, and we ask for their opinions on like what we make. We've made like empanadas before, things like that. Cool. And so we always try to do a very healthy spin on it, so that we can tell them like these are food from your own culture, and it's traditionally fried, but you know it's just as good when you bake it and you put like veggies and other things like that in it. Nice. So we always try to listen to them, so that they can enjoy what they're eating. Right. Yeah. Ooh, you see how that kiwi looks so nice?
Looks so yummy. Yeah. Already.
We got our reds, we got our yellows. Now we're getting our greens in there. And then soon we'll have our blueberries.
And that's a really fun way. So when they're cooking, we want them to have the rainbow, colors of the rainbow. That's really an awesome way of remembering it.
Yeah, and like another good way too is if you have cookie cutters at home, you can like take the fruit, make shapes out of it. You can put skewers on it. We've done July 4th skewers, so we'll put like bananas and like strawberries and blueberries on one thing.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so there's so much that you can do with like fruit to just make it really fun and enjoy them.
So put the 3, and that'll hold
it can get a little slippery, so maybe you can put it on it's lighting off. You can go like that.
There you go.
Good job.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys remember, but like back in the day, we used to get into the kitchen, we used to help, and we used to assist with cooking food. And I've got to say, I even made the mistake of stopping my teenager from helping me in the kitchen because, I wanted to make sure she was doing her homework. So instead what I did is every Sunday now, Jayla makes Sunday dinner. Yay! She's just officially learning that on TV.
Yeah, and so a lot of the times for our junior chefs class, there will be parents that come. Okay. And so they're in there helping with their kids to make these recipes. And other times, the kids are there alone, but they'll love, one of the recipes that we make, and they'll take home the recipe and they'll say, "Mom, oh my gosh, like this is the best recipe ever." And sometimes we'll have leftovers, and they'll say, "Can I have the leftover tortillas so I can make quesadilla at home?" Yeah. And so it's really exciting when you get kids who are like picky eaters, and they say, "Well, I like part of this." That's always a big win. Right. Even if it's not like I don't like the whole meal, but I really like the idea of this.
Right. So kind of getting into maybe a few statistics. There are some people who will always consider children of color overweight or obese. And I know that that many times has to do with the foods that they are eating. So when it comes to your knowledge and the children that are coming through the South End Community Center, do you find that there's an overwhelming amount of obesity, or is it just mostly the foods that they're eating and they could really maintain their weight better?
Yeah, I mean, there is a good amount of kids that come in that are in the obese range, but a lot of it is because they can be as young as 7, and sometimes we see 5-year-olds who are in the obese range, and it's all about lifestyle change. I've seen before a kid go from 11 cups of juice to 1, and they lost 30 pounds.
Wow.
So a lot of it, you know, can be fixed. It's just it takes a village. The child can be motivated, but if the parent isn't, they're the one who's controlling the groceries and what's being made. So it really takes everyone to be really motivated in order to do it.
Everybody on the same page.
Exactly.
I really love what she just said. It really does take a village to raise a child. And if we think about that in the larger grand scale, right? If we go back to the days when you know what my child is doing, I know what your child is doing, and we have the ability to really parent our children, minus the government having to step in and parent our children, then we're able to really be more involved in what our children are doing. And this is a great way for people to save money. It's fun, and it helps everyone get involved, and it's an amazing way for people to save money.
Exactly. It's all about education, because a lot of parents sometimes don't know about the resources in the community that, you know, they are $2 bag sites. Fresh Truck, which is a wonderful organization, they come to our clinic twice a week from 3 to 6 p.m. and they offer low-cost fruits and vegetables. Actually, they've now expanded to grains, so like rice, eggs, and pasta.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Before we are done with our amazing snack here, because we've only got like 1 minute left, so how do we put this together? And how can people get in touch with your department?
Yeah, so just to talk about the pita chips, you can make these at home. You can get pita bread, cut them into little triangles, put a little bit of brown sugar on it, bake it, and they're just as good as the other brand names.
I love it.
But other than that, you can find me at nmedina@scchc.org. You can email me with any interest. My phone number is also 857-206-7567. I'm always there. You can call me and we can talk about, you know, our after-school programs are open to anyone, so you don't have to be a patient of the clinic. Even if you just want to come in and check out our cooking class.
And what days are the cooking classes?
So they are Wednesdays from 5:30 to 7 p.m.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and snack on a few of these pita chips. And we've got an amazing looking fruit salsa. You guys don't go anywhere because Cuban Mike is going to be coming back on. We've got a little bit more to talk about. That looks so yummy.